Hey folks, Blugoblin here. Thank you for joining me for my comic book review for this week in April 2013. I am here, and if you hear any noises in the background, it's my girlfriend. She's playing Fable 3 on the Xbox right now. So if you hear any noises, it's probably my TV. So, there you go. Say hi to the world, baby. Let me get my hand out of the way. Now say hi.
Nah, okay, I guess so.
Isn't she lovely? And she's all mine. Love you.
Love you too.
Alright.
Back to what you're doing.
Yes, I am here to review some comics. And a little unexpected here. Got in the mail this morning 3 extra comics to review here. All the way from Midtown Comics. Yeah, my student, my good friend, my brother from another mother, TheMtVernonKid, said one of the guys who works at Midtown owed him a favor, and I ended up getting 3 new comics this morning, and I decided to add them into the review here. So I'm going to start with DC, then go to Marvel, and I'm going to end with Independent. And I'm going to keep the bag. Put it up there. Alright, we're going to start with DC. We're going to start with Detective Comics number 19. Actually, it's issue 900. What is the 900? This is the 900th issue of Detective Comics. And it's $7.99. Boo! This is a special 80-page spectacular bitchin' cover. Love that cover, and there's another reason why I love the cover. I'm going to go ahead and take it out here and show the whole thing. Don't know how well you can see that. Oh. What is the 900? But this is a ginormous book. I can understand you want to charge extra money for an extra large comic book, but $8, that's a bit much. I would have expected, you know, at least $4.99, maybe $5.99, but $7.99, that's a little, that's pushing it a little bit. But the main focus of this book is Man-Bat. And turns out in the main story of this book, the Man-Bat virus is spreading all over Gotham, especially in the the 900 block section of Gotham. And Batman's doing all he can to sort out the mess. You know, and as you all know, Robin is gone, so he's relying on the other members of the Bat family to help him. He's got Batgirl and Nightwing down there helping him out, but they're not saying anything to him. Barbara even tells Bruce to shut up and let her do her work. They're reminding us that they're not exactly on good terms with Bruce right now after what happened with the Joker. And it's understandable. They feel like Bruce hurt them. You know, betrayed their trust, you know, so to speak. And we even get an appearance from Batwoman Yeah, and I love what she says to Bruce. She says, "I'm not here to help you. I'm here to help the city." Good stuff. I mean, and we get. I don't know if this is. I think this might be the new 52 debut of Man-Bat, Dr. Kurt Langstrom. And in here, he comes off like a hero because, you know, the virus is going around spreading, and it's all started by a couple of people. I know I'm spoiling the hell out of this, but another Batman villain is infected with the Man-Bat virus, and I'm not going to ruin who that is, but it's pretty nice stuff. Nice action. The action in here is really good. The dialogue is good. The drama is really good. The artwork is fantastic. But the mastermind behind all this, now it shouldn't really come to anybody's surprise if you've been reading Detective Comics here lately. It should not shock you at all that the mastermind behind the whole thing is the Emperor Penguin. The villain that I still am not sold on. No. He sucks. He sucks. There's only one Penguin. That's Oswald Cobblepot, goddammit. I am tired of this Emperor Penguin stuff. I don't know why DC finds him so damn special. I think he is a cheap knockoff of the Penguin. Get him out of here. I don't give a shit about him. And what's even worse, at the cliffhanger of the main story, that son of a bitch has his damn hands all over my Ivy. I am not liking this. Fuck Emperor Penguin. Get him the hell out of here. Kill him off. Get rid of him. And never bring him back. He's a piece of shit, DC. That's my honest opinion. Thank you. The other stories in here, you got Bane dealing with training some more muscle-bound characters, dealing with Talons, and that story is going to continue in the Talon series, which I don't get. But what I read in here from Bane was good. Got some more Man-Bat stories in here, and another story involving Dr. Langstrom's wife and what she decides to do, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. We get some nice full-page spreads of some great artwork in here. But you take all those stories, you take all those page spreads of artwork. I don't necessarily think it should have had an $8 price tag. Knock $1 or $2 off, and then I would say, yeah, it'd definitely be worth it. But with this price tag, I can only recommend this book to hardcore followers of Batman, or to people who collect Detective Comics, because otherwise, casual fans, I don't know. Maybe you should get this, maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. But it's a hell of a price to pay. But we do get some good stories in here and some great art. Just make your own decisions if you want to buy this or not. If you don't want to buy it, then that's fine. Save yourself $8. But I thought it was pretty good. And a certain someone was supposed to review this book for me, but damn it all, he pulled another Scott Hall on me. He no-showed, so I'm doing it for him. Talking about Earth 2 number 11. This is another one of those covers where I gotta do this. When fate calls, a miracle answers. Look at that. Hell yes. It's about time we get Mr. Miracle and Big Barda in the new 52. So excited for this. This series is going a step up in the right direction. Now, as you can tell by the cover, I mean, spoiler alert, the cover is legit. We finally get the big arrival of Dr. Fate. And it is awesome. And Jay Garrick grows a major spine in this issue. His mom is being held captive, and you know, him him and Dr. Fate are in this temple looking for the helmet and everything. They find it. Well, he finds it. Jay Garrick's holding off a great beast, and he knows he's probably not gonna defeat it, but he can at least distract it so Dr. Fate can find the helmet. Nice stuff here. I'm sorry, I forgot the dude's name. We get no mention of Hawkgirl or Green Lantern in here, which is okay because the main focus should be on Dr. Fate. And I'm so excited to see what they're gonna do with Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. I'm so excited to see where they're going with this. James Robinson, you did one hell of a job. My love for this series is going back up. Because for a while you were starting to slip a little bit, but not too much. But now I'm hyped as hell for this again. Thank you. That was good. All right. Oh hell! I might as well do it for all the DC books because DC's now getting this whole fold-out cover craze again. All right. Green Lantern number 19. When all cores is shattered, fear burns brightest. Sinestro with the Yellow Lantern. Okay, we get some nice dialogue with Hal Jordan and Tomar-Ray in the Death World and everything. And I thought we were finally going to get some change in here. I thought we were finally going to get something different. And finally get this wrath of the First Lantern. Wrath. There's no fucking wrath in this story. I mean, the overall parts of this story are good for the most part, but where's the goddamn wrath? There's no wrath. And here I am expecting something new. No, it's the First Lantern does the exact same shit to Sinestro that he's been doing to every other Lantern that he's gotten his hands on. Taking a moment from their past, twisting it, let something else happen. That's pretty much it. And a little bit of a da-da-da moment for Hal Jordan, but that's pretty much it. I was really disappointed with this. And whoop-de-doo, Sinestro finds a Yellow Lantern at the end of the book. I'm sorry. I gotta call it like I see it. I was expecting something different. I was expecting this story to really pick up and really go somewhere with the whole wrath thing, because there's been no fucking wrath, and it's more the same shit that they've been doing. I can't wait for this story to end and go on to the next one. The parts of it, good storytelling, good artwork, but the overall execution of what the story is supposed to be about is just fucking piss poor. Sorry, I'm calling it like I see it. It gets a good score, but it's lucky. Last up for DC, Huntress and Power Girl, World's Finest, number 11. The Man of Her Dreams. Or New Nightmare. Yeah. Look, I love Huntress and I love Power Girl. Look, no disrespect to everybody who worked on this. The artwork is fine for the most part, but this was just an average read. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, it's been basically more of the same stuff that I've been reading in this series. With Huntress, you get espionage. With Power Girl, you get a bunch of fists flying, and it's been consistently that for the whole series actually. And Power Girl's got a real problem with vanity, apparently, according to Huntress, and this whole thing with Mr. Terrific, and then it turns out it's Desaad. I'm like, I didn't really feel anything in here. I really didn't. I read this and I was like, okay, I read it. Look, Paul Levitz, I'm not trying to diss your writing, because you've had some good stuff in the past, but DC, get a new creative team on this series. Get a new writer, get some new artists in here. I'm still begging for Amanda Connor to do some artwork for this. Get a seriously, this series needs a new writer. It really does. Because I'm starting to get bored with it. As much as I love these two characters, I can only be stretched so far before I'm done. All right, now we're moving on to Marvel. All right, moving to Marvel, Age of Ultron book 4, and my girlfriend looks like she's killing people. Okay. Brian Michael Bendis, Brian Hitch. This is the. I love this. This immediately picked up right where issue 3 left off. That big reveal at the end of issue 3 with, you know, with Luke Cage and She-Hulk going to Ultron's fortress and finding it's not Ultron, it's the Vision. And now this explains why Vision was there. Vision is not the mastermind behind it. That's what I was starting to think when I first read issue 3. But we get here and find out that Ultron is pulling the strings from the future. Ultron is not actually here in this time period. He's in the distant future of this period, pulling the strings to make sure that his future happens. Which, in a comic book storytelling wise, makes sense. You know, Ultron's the all-powerful evil robot. He shouldn't have to get his hands dirty. You know, so he's using Vision as, you know, I guess he's using Vision as a conduit to pull strings in the current timeline and all that shit. Which is fine. I did like that twist. And unfortunately, we get 2 more casualties in this book. I'm not going to spoil either one of them. But what I will say is, one of the deaths, I was like, But the other one, I was like, fuck. No. No. Moon Knight and Black Widow and all the rest of the heroes find out that there could be a way out. There could be a way out, and they find themselves having to go to the Savage Land of all places. And things don't look good for Luke Cage, and that's really sad because I like Luke. I've always liked him. Things are not looking good for him, and the heroes all come together and realize that they have no choice. They have to take out Ultron no matter what. And Black Widow says something at the end of the book that really intrigued me. I'm not gonna spoil what she said. I'm not gonna spoil what her and Moon Knight found. All I know is the cliffhanger of this issue got my hopes up, thinking, okay, maybe the heroes might have a chance. It might not be a whole one-sided fight. Because when I first started reading this series, I was thinking that, okay, this is just going to be the heroes constantly getting their ass whooped all the way up until the final issue. Maybe now it's going to look like, okay, maybe they'll have a fighting chance and they won't look like complete bitches to Ultron. So, I got my hopes up. This was really good. Despite the 2 deaths. There you go. Age of Ultron, book 4. Very nice. Alright, next up. All New X-Men, number 10. Ooh, this was good. Oh, this was good. God, Bendis, your consistency is just remarkably well done. You got, now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Scott Summers. This is Cyclops from the past. Now, what have I been calling the current Scott Summers? That's right, I've been calling him Dick Summers, because that's exactly what he is. He's a dick. And he and his gang of X-Men, Emma Frost, Magneto, Medji, you know, what have you, come to the Jean Grey school where Wolverine's teaching his X-Men, and this motherfucker actually has the gall to try and recruit people to his Charles Xavier school. And all the Wolverines, and I love what Iceman says. He says, if you're here to stand trial for because you murdered Charles Xavier, then let's get right to it. And Dick Summers is constantly trying to make excuses to possibly justify him killing Charles Xavier. And you wonder why a previous issue of Wolverine and the X-Men labeled Scott Summers, current Cyclops, as a villain. This is ridiculous. Dick Summers is the new Magneto. Despite him working with Magneto, he is now Magneto. His ideals and everything are completely a polar opposite to what he once was and what he should still be. But it's just ridiculous how much they want to make themselves look like gods among all these people, all these new mutants that they want to recruit. It's ridiculous. And he gets some new recruits from the Jean Grey School. A couple of them weren't so surprising, but there's this big dun-dun-dun kind of cliffhanger. Somebody else is stepping up to join Dick Summers' cause, and the book did the right thing. It didn't, the cliffhanger, it didn't show us who it was. All we got was an off-screen announcement saying, I'll join you. Brilliant move, Marvel. Brilliant move. You didn't show us who it was. That means we have to wait another month to find out who's joining Cyclops' team. Oh, I'm on pins and needles. I want to know who it was. This was great stuff. Awesome stuff. I loved it. This has been a phenomenal series. Love Bendis' stuff. Imanen's artwork is fantastic. Do yourselves a favor. Get this stuff. It is great. Alright. Pick of the week time. The pick of the week goes to... Yeah, I'm a fanboy. The Superior Spider-Man #7. I was going to make it all new X-Men, and then I read this. Dan Slott, Humberto Ramos. Oh boy. I mean, wow. This series is really, really keeping itself good here. We're getting further developments of the character, of the story, and it's going so well. Peter, you know, not Ock, but Peter, the subconscious Peter that's trying to get through and everything. Spoiler alert, okay? But Peter is slowly starting to get things done. In the beginning of the issue, Ock is sleeping, and Peter was able to gain control of his right hand and try to write something down, but unfortunately he was able to get control of his right hand, but he wasn't able to actually write anything. So the last thing he did with the right hand was knock the notebook into the trash can, hoping Ock won't find it. And then maybe Ock, I guess he doesn't, I know he doesn't want Ock to find out that Peter's trying to regain control of the body. And then we find out later on, while Ock is tangling with Cardiac of all people, Ock's about to do something nasty, and Peter screams, "Stop!" And Ock's like, "Who said that? Who are you? Show yourself." And Peter's like, "Wait, you heard that?" You know, and I joke, and I thought to myself, now tell him to say Sam Wheat. Say my name, Sam Wheat, Sam Wheat. But that's not where the issue ends. The issue ends with Peter getting confronted by the Avengers. There is a God. The Avengers aren't so stupid after all. Now they're going to start picking up that this is not the Spider-Man that they know. Now they know that there's some shit afoot, and I kind of feel like it's a little early. I really do feel like it's a little early to do a storytelling plot like this this early into the series, but overall I'm okay with it, because at the same time, like I just said earlier, it makes the Avengers actually look a little more intelligent. Had they, it's a double-edged sword. I do think it's a bit early to be doing this, but at the same time, I also feel like if they had waited at least another few months to do this, it would have made the Avengers look completely fucking stupid. So, in a way, I do approve of them doing it early, because it helps the Avengers characters, and it makes for good drama, it makes for good storytelling, so I'm great with it. It's good stuff. I'm loving this. Fantastic writing. The artwork really helps sell the story. I loved it. I can't get enough of this. Do yourself a favor. Give this series a chance. If you just read the first issue and decided you hated it, then that's your problem. I got nothing against it. That's your choice. But I'm saying, I didn't really have high hopes for this series either, and then I started reading it, and it's fucking awesome. Don't take my word for it. Pick this up and read it. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll like it more than I did. Maybe you'll hate it. I don't know. Give it a chance. Alright. Now, for the first out of the 3 books that I got from Midtown Comics, we're looking at Thanos Rising #1. Jason Aaron, Simone Bianchi. Win. Good writer, good artist. Win. Loved this. This was great. I mean, this is basically Thanos' backstory. And this deals with him being born and his early childhood. And what's really sad is that his mother, Thanos' mother, from the very moment he was born, she hated him. The first time she got to hold him, she wanted to kill him. What? The artwork in here was beautiful. And it's nice to see that Thanos didn't exactly have a rough childhood in the beginning. I saw the scenario, him at school, the other kids are, playing, they see him sitting alone, and he looks different than anybody else. You're thinking the stereotypical plot, the oddball out, he's going to get picked on. No, he doesn't. They actually want to befriend him. They want to play with him. They want to do this. They want to do that. It's a nice switch. Didn't see it coming. I was looking for a stock cliche moment. Hey, he looks different. Let's pick on him. And we didn't get that. Plus, I like that. And we get to learn at the beginning, Thanos wasn't bloodthirsty. He wanted to live a normal life like everybody else on his home planet. He was at a science class, and he was disgusted by the thought of dissecting an animal to the point where he actually threw up. I don't really picture this as a backstory for a guy like Thanos, but then something happens to him later on in here that kind of makes him go, maybe a little darkness couldn't hurt, and that's the best way I can describe it without spoiling the ending. But this was fantastic. The writing was great. Well-paced story, nice flips of the script in here. The artwork was fantastic. I enjoyed it very much, and I personally want to once again thank my good friend Chris, my student, my brother. I want to thank you and Midtown Comics for sending this to me. I really enjoyed it. Thank you again. All right, we're closing out Marvel with Venom, #33. Open wide and say, ah, bitches. Cullen Bunn, still doing the writing. Still, this is the Venom I like. The street fighting, vigilante Venom. This is the Venom I like. I don't like hellspawn Venom, demons and shit. That's not Venom. This is Venom. And he's working on a case. There's a flesh-eating there's a guy going around infected with a flesh-eating virus that's causing him to be cannibalistic and everything like that. And actually, Toxin finds him first. Decent fight. And when I see Toxin, when I see Eddie Brock as Toxin, and when I see the way he talks, I'm thinking to myself, that's old school Venom. I got to see all the winks and nods in Eddie Brock's dialogue. You know, like, we are going to find him first. And I'm like, that's Venom. That's not Toxin talking. That's Venom talking. And he even does the whole long, slimy tongue like classic Venom and stuff. That is great stuff. Flash is trying to adjust to his new life in Philadelphia. Some pretty decent storytelling in here. He goes to an alcoholics meeting and shit like that. There's a really, really, really gruesome moment in here, followed by Venom being confronted by Toxin at the end of the book, and Marvel knew what they were doing. They stopped it right at the end. Right at the end. You think him and Toxin are fixing to start going blow to blow, but nope. Gotta wait for the next issue before you see the fight begin. Great stuff. Classic stuff. End the book right at the moment where you know the fans are gonna want more. Awesome stuff. Brilliant move. I enjoyed it. This is a great series. I loved this issue. A great read. Good job here, Marvel. Venom 33. Alright, now on to the two independents to round out this review. These are the other two books I got from Midtown Comics. So we're going to start with Dynamite. We're going to start this off with Miss Fury #1. Love that. This is the J. Scott Campbell cover, and it's fantastic. I loved this. This was great. Jennifer read this, looked at this too, and she pointed out something, and I agree. Her boobs are too perfect.
They're too round.
Yeah, they're way too round. It's like a boob's not supposed to be that round, but this is a comic book, folks. The story involves, basically it's, time travel. Believe it was, I think they said it was 1943. Yeah, 1943, and it starts off with some action and some really good stuff. I mean, this woman moves like Catwoman, even though she kind of looks like Catwoman, but it's not Catwoman, okay? Don't sue them, DC. But some really good fights, some good dialogue, bit of a jaw dropper at the beginning with a bullet in the head for a Nazi agent, and it's like she's jumping back and forth from 1943 into 2013, and most of the stuff in here is her doing these missions, and then she's having flashbacks in her mind as to what's going on that led up to the beginning scene in the book. She's incredibly wealthy. Her father was wealthy. He's been dead for quite some time in this story. But I love this character. I love her arrogance. I love everything about her. I wish I would have got the bathtub variant cover though. But I'm perfectly happy with this. This was great. She goes to this ball or something like that, and a guy comes up to her and talks about her father. He said, "Oh, your father was such a wealthy man. He was a great man. He was kind. He was charitable, blah, blah, blah." And she goes, "He was a fucking asshole." It's great stuff. She's like, "Look, she's like, "Look, you came up to me for, she's like, look dude, you came up to me for either one of two reasons. Either one, you want me to give money to this museum, or two, you wanted to screw me. Or oh God, this girl has such an attitude and I love it. Great stuff. I mean, she's really arrogant. And she even has a servant prepare a towel for her when she gets out of the bathtub. That's a little arrogant. But I guess if you had that kind of money, you'd want to do it that way too, right? I don't know. But the issue overall ends on a humongous cliffhanger. It's 2013, folks. Have you seen your Nazis lately? Oh, damn.
This dog has glitched into the tree.
She's found a glitch. Kill it.
I can't.
You suck.
No, it won't. He's glitched completely into the tree.
Oh, well. But, sorry for that. Overall, this was a great issue. Great beginning. Loved it. And, hell, I think I'm going to be on board for this. Miss Fury. And it's funny that I got this book this morning, because I actually had thoughts about getting this, and oh God, could you imagine how awkward it would have been if I actually bought this and then got it later on in the week? I would have had 2 copies. Oh well, I guess things turned out for the better. I really loved this. I think I'm hooked. We're gonna end with Image. This is part 1 of a 4-part miniseries. This is 68, Jungle Gym. Now, I didn't know too much about 68. I know it's I know it's a franchise from Image. There's been plenty of 68 stories in here, but this is a completely this is a separate story called Jungle Gym, and it's basically a soldier during a war. There's a zombie virus around, and this is very graphic. It's very nasty. The kill shots in here are very brutal and they're very precise. The dialogue is pretty gruesome too. It's just my personal favorite line in this book. Jungle Jim here, which this is not actually, he's not actually called Jungle Jim. It's just what it says on his helmet. But he is confronted by a group of zombies, and he delivers my favorite line in this book. I'm Jack the fucking Ripper with an M16. I want that on a t-shirt. This is great stuff. It's I guess it's stereotypical, you know, action, shoot 'em up, bang bang, you're dead, chop 'em up, you know, all that stuff. But what hooked me is, you know, me, I'm a zombie nerd. I love the zombie shit. I love zombies. I mean, hell, look at that Walking Dead poster. Need I say more? Hot girlfriend. Need I say more? Don't look at me like that.
I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the TV.
I love you.
Back to your review.
Yes, my love. But this was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm gonna get this whole series or not. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But for the first issue of this, I really did enjoy it. I thought it was great. It was fun. I mean, I actually do. Hey, believe it or not, I do love to read comics for fun. It's fun. It's a fun hobby, and this really was fun. It was gruesomely fun. That's what I like to say. Gruesomely fun. Yeah, I liked it. Really, nothing else to say about it except there's a, you know, another one of those dun 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 kinds of cliffhangers at the end, involving a zombie sneaking up on an innocent woman. You know. It's good. It's fun stuff. I loved it. Thanks again to Midtown Comics and to and to Chris, the Mount Vernon Kid, for sending me those 3 books from Midtown. And I want to thank y'all for watching this review. I probably rambled on really much, and probably shot my mouth off a lot. Yeah, that's it. Subscribe to me here on YouTube, Blugoblin X and Blugoblin01. While you're at it, go check out her channel, Sonora 2003 Lenoris Crafts. And before I forget, my old buddy Brandon Hex had to start a new channel, so his new channel is Brandon Hex. Brandon Space Hex. I'll put the link in the description if I remember to. Don't forget about my friends at Dark Avenger Inc and Dark Avenger Inc Plus. Follow me on Twitter or on Tumblr. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I'll see y'all later.